Hey there, welcome to Tech Tuesday. First, I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of your day to join us for this session. I'm Chris Maley, Vice President of Operations and the Training and Education Coordinator with Property Panorama. In this segment of Tech Tuesday, we will be going over branding. As a quick overview, we will be discussing the importance of your visual identity, which includes logos, profile pictures, color themes, and more, the power of consistent messaging, building trust through that consistency, your digital presence, and maintaining your brand across multiple platforms. And then we're going to wrap things up showing you how to implement these principles within your Property Panorama account, along with some actionable items to use to brand your other online accounts. So, whether you're a seasoned professional or you're just getting started in real estate, there's one thing you absolutely need to understand, and that's branding. But I'm not talking about the kind of branding you might think of, just a flashy logo or a catchy tagline. I'm talking about consistent branding, the kind that makes you stand out in a crowded marketplace and ensures that every single time a potential client interacts with you, they know exactly who you are, what you stand for, and why you're the agent that they need. I know. Branding might sound like a big abstract concept, but trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why it's crucial to your success and how you can use it to level up your business. Now, I'm sure some of you that are with larger brokerages are saying, my branding standards are set by the company. Don't worry, there's still content in this presentation that is pertinent to all real estate professionals. So let's dive into why consistent branding matters so much for real estate agents and how it affects everything from marketing yourself to marketing your listings. So if you're ready, let's go. First, let's talk about what branding really means in real estate. At its core, branding is the identity of your business. It's the feeling that a client gets when they think about you, when they see your ads or your materials or even hear your name. Branding is not just about how you look or what colors you use, it's about the overall experience that someone has when they interact with your business. Now, here's where a lot of real estate agents go wrong. They think branding is only about having a cool logo or a snappy slogan, but your branding goes way beyond that. Every touch point that a potential client has with you, from your website to your social media, even your business cards, they need to communicate a unified message about who you are and why people should trust you with one of the biggest decisions of their lives, buying or selling a home. Now, let's imagine a scenario where a potential client comes across your social media account. They see a post that looks great, clean, professional, engaging. But then they go to your website and all of a sudden it looks totally different. Maybe the colors are a little off, maybe the layout is somewhat cluttered, or the tone feels completely different. Now, that client is probably going to be confused, and confusion, it does not breed trust. In fact, it might even make them feel like you're not a professional or that your business isn't polished. So here's the thing. When your branding is inconsistent, you risk sending mixed signals. It makes you look unprofessional, but when your branding is clear, cohesive, and consistent across all platforms, it builds trust and credibility. And I'm sure that you'll agree that in real estate, trust is everything. So let's explore how you can create that level of trust by maintaining consistent branding across all of your materials. Let's start off with your visual identity. This is probably the first thing that people will notice about your brand. When they see your business card, your flyer, your website, or your social media platform, they should immediately recognize your brand. Now, I know you're probably thinking I already have a logo, but there's more to it than that. Your visual identity includes your logo, your color theme, your fonts, your imagery, and even your style of graphics. So, let's talk about your logo first. It's probably the most important element of your visual identity. But here's the thing, your logo needs to be used consistently. Now, you can't just have it looking one way on your business cards and then another way on your website and yet another way on your social media profiles. Consistency here is key. When clients see your logo, they should instantly know it's you. Let's take a look at a few examples of strong, consistent branding. See how this agent's logo appears the same on their business card, their website, and even their Instagram? It's easy to recognize, and it feels professional. Every time someone interacts with it, they are getting the same message about who this agent is and what they represent. Now, what about color? A solid color palette is another important piece of the puzzle. Colors evoke emotion. For example, blue might communicate trust, professionalism, while red could symbolize energy and excitement. When choosing colors for your brand, think about the emotions you want to evoke. And once you choose your palette, stick with it. On your website and your social media posts, and on your marketing materials. This makes your brand instantly recognizable. Now let's take a look at this agent's Instagram feed. Notice how they use the same color scheme for every post, whether it's a listing, a market update, or just a personal post. The colors remain the same, so the feed feels unified and professional. This consistency helps their audience recognize the content instantly, even if they're scrolling quickly through their feed. And now let's talk about fonts for just a moment. Again, consistency is key. Choose one, maybe two fonts, and stick with them. If you use one font for your logo, use that same font across your marketing materials and website. If you choose a secondary font for body text, make sure that it's easy to read and again, use it consistently. The goal here is to create a cohesive look that feels professional and polished. Now, let's talk about your messaging. Your branding is more than just what people see. It's also about what you say and how you say it. Your messaging should reflect your brand's values and personality. Whether it's formal, friendly, or even fun, your tone should be consistent across all of your marketing channels. For example, let's say you're a real estate agent who prides themselves on being approachable and friendly. If your social media posts are written in a formal corporate tone, you're not going to attract the clients who are looking for someone that they can connect with on a personal level. On the other hand, if you pride yourself on being professional and experienced, but your tone on social media is too casual, it might make clients question whether you're really the expert that they need. Take a look at these two agents. One uses a more formal tone in their posts, while the other is more laid back and conversational. Now, neither one of these approaches is wrong. But the important thing is that the tone is consistent with their overall brand. If the agent who's going for a professional vibe suddenly switches to a more casual tone in a few posts, it could confuse potential clients. So before you hit post or send, ask yourself, does this message match my brand? If not, make the necessary tweaks. Your messaging should always reflect who you are as an agent and what clients can expect when they work with you. At the end of the day, consistent branding is about building trust. When clients know exactly what to expect from you, they'll be more likely to trust you with one of the biggest financial decisions of their lives. And that trust just doesn't happen overnight. It's built over time through consistent professional branding. Every interaction you have with a potential client should reinforce the trustworthiness of your brand. Whether you're emailing them, meeting them at an open house, or discussing a listing, your branding should be visible. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to be handing out business cards at every turn, but it does mean that you should have branded materials like listing presentations, contracts, or even simple thank you cards that reflect your professionalism. Take your listing presentations, for example. When you show up with a well designed, branded binder or portfolio, it immediately sets the tone. It shows that you're prepared, professional, and detail oriented. It makes you look like an expert. And that's the kind of person clients want to work with when they're making big decisions. The consistency of your branding throughout every stage of the transaction, from the first interaction to the closing, helps reinforce the trust that you're building with your clients. If your materials and messaging align with your actions, clients will see that you're the agent that they can rely on. And now let's talk about your digital presence. In today's world, most of your interactions with clients start online, whether it's through your website, social media, or even email. That's why it's crucial to ensure your branding is consistent across all digital platforms. Think about your website for a second. Is it consistent with your branding in terms of colors, fonts, and imagery? Is the tone of your content aligned with your messaging? If someone visits your website and sees a different font, color scheme, or logo than what they saw on your social media or in your email signature, it's going to feel a little disjointed. That inconsistency could make them question whether you're really the professional you claim to be. Email marketing is another area where consistency is key. Whether you're sending out newsletters, market updates, or promotional offers, your email should have the same branding as your website and social media. This reinforces your message and ensures that people immediately recognize it's from you. Just like in the offline world, the online world, it needs consistency to build recognition and trust. When clients see your logo, your color scheme, your fonts, and all of your messaging aligned, they'll immediately associate those things with your brand. And that's the key to staying memorable in a world full of competition. Now, before we wrap things up, let's review some of the best practices and apply them to your Property Panorama members area. Remember, consistent branding isn't just about looking good. It's about creating a unified experience for your clients. When your brand is clear, cohesive, and consistent, it builds trust, helps you stand out in a crowded market, and makes clients feel confident that you are the right agent for them. With that in mind, let's go ahead and apply these practices to your Property Panorama account. First, you're going to need to access your account. Take a look at your screens, and you will see the navigational path for your MLS platform. All right, now that we're all logged in, you're going to find yourself on the member dashboard. The digital portfolio block in the top left, you're either going to see your profile picture and company logo, or just the words profile picture and company logo as placeholders. Let's start with your profile picture. Clicking directly on the image will take you to the uploader, where you can browse your computer or mobile device for the image that you want to use. Once again, consistency is key. You're going to want to use the same headshot that you have on your website in your email signature. You're going to want to use that exact same image. That way, it does build that brand recognition. Once you've done that, save your changes. Now, it may take a few moments because it's going to update the profile picture on each and every single material that you have in your account. Once we're done, we can go back to the dashboard and repeat the same process for your company logo. Once again, you're going to want to make sure that you're using the exact same logo that you use on your website, in your emails, on your business cards. That way it builds that recognition. Once you've followed that same process and saved your changes, we can go ahead and turn our focus to the account page. If you use a nickname instead of your full name on your marketing materials, The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that your nickname is on file with the MLS. While you can adjust it on the account page, updating it within the MLS with the nickname will ensure that it remains consistent to all sources that get your listings, including Property Panorama. The account page is also where you can add your personal website, as well as adjust your contact information to ensure that all of your products have the same contact details. You can also add a biography and testimonials right here from your account page. Now that those account-wide settings have been adjusted, let's go ahead and take a look at the tour manager so we can customize the color theme used on your tours. To get to the tour manager, let's return to the dashboard and select the edit icon found below your listings. Now we will want to select the theme option from the left-hand menu. Once we select the option to change theme, you will find that you can adjust the colors of the header, the footer, the background, the side tabs, and the text on the page. If you want to ensure exact colors, you can use the hex codes found in your company's color palette. And once you've made your desired changes, be sure to save. Once you save, you're going to be prompted to name the theme. Give it a unique name. That way you can apply it to all of your current listings as well as make it the default for all future listings. This again helps you maintain the consistency that we've been talking about. I definitely recommend selecting both of these options to optimize your brand recognition and make it automated. Almost set it and forget it. Once again, you're going to want to save and apply, and then you're all set. So moving on to the action plan, now that we've updated our Property Panorama accounts, take a good look at your current branding from other sources. Does it feel consistent across all of your marketing materials? Is your logo used consistently? Are your colors, your fonts, and messaging in line with your overall brand? If you see areas where things don't quite match up, take the time to fix them. It might take a little bit of work, but the payoff will be huge. Consistent branding will help you build trust, attract clients, and ultimately grow your business. At this point, I again want to thank you for taking the time to join us, and I would also like to invite you to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notifications when we post new content to our channel. In our next episode, we will be talking about our Ad-Tensify digital advertising campaigns with our in-house experts that place and manage the ads. You won't want to miss out on their advertising tips and tricks. The registration link is in the description below. And finally, our support team is always happy to help you with any questions that you may have regarding your Property Panorama products. They can be reached Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Eastern Time via phone, live chat, or by emailing support@propertypanorama.com. Once again, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you at the next episode.